And welcome back to the Xfinity Desk. Elamite and T2 getting ready to bring you the last match of the night. We just saw an epic series, LG versus EG. I'm all pumped up and hyped after that one. Reverse sweep, 50-48 in overtime.
You're pumped? I'm exhausted after that one.
I'm not exhausted yet. That'll come in like half an hour.
All right. Don't worry. I'll get it together in this next series here. It's going to be Envy taking on Naventic. There it is, the new addition to the Pro League after being the first team to make it through relegation. These guys fought tooth and nail throughout the amateur legendary cups, and now here they are in the Pro League getting ready to take on Envy, trying to find their first win. And wow, this is going to be a tough matchup because how strong Envy was looking yesterday. Almost as strong as Pistola's mustache.
Yeah, Pistola's mustache is getting up there, but like this squad here, these four guys, they're so good. You saw them do that reverse sweep on Liquid at DreamHack Atlanta. This is the event you're looking at. Snipe Down. That's Snipe Down's hands, if you're wondering. He had the injury, was struggling a little bit before, and then, gosh, this kid is so good. Just look at the map movement, the decision making. He knows exactly what needs to happen and when in order to win games here, and we saw that yesterday when Envyus just had the dominating performance over Team Liquid, just dismantling them.
Yeah, and you saw it from their point of views. There's nothing that you can do when they're playing so good. And you have to just try to hit your shots. You have to try to do the little things. You have to maybe throw these guys off and do something new here because you are the huge underdog. I mean, if you had to say, like racehorsing odds or whatever, this would be, the horse that would pay the biggest dividends pretty much because you have Snipe Down playing at a ridiculously high level. Like you said, Hook is doing his thing, Mikwin consistently. But who I was impressed with yesterday, it was Pistola. Pistola in the Slayer game was just masterful. The way that he was able to move around, stay alive, just constantly laying damage down. The guys were out of control here. So the first things first is coming out of the gates with an opening strategy that's going to be solid here, making sure that you don't give up too much power weapon control. And I believe that the first game type is Eden Strongholds, which if you're playing from the blue side, you're already making it an uphill battle while you're the underdog.
Yeah, we're taking a look at it. Eden Strongholds Game 1, Truth Slayer, CTF Coliseum, Empire Strongholds, and should we go to the Game 5 of Regret Slayer. It's definitely a big uphill battle for Naventic here in order to take down Envy. Now, they did see what Envy was made of yesterday, so hopefully they've been adapting and been talking about what strategy they want to use going into this series here, and hopefully they can come out prepared.
Oh man, I cannot wait to see how this series pans out because if it's anything like our previous series, we are going to be inside for a treat. I want to see these guys playing at their highest level on the blue squad on Naventic because they haven't really been able to get it together in the online scrims. They haven't been able to put it together in the openings of games. They have to come out hot here. We heard it in the interview yesterday. We're going to mention it again. Snipe Down, that is their focus now for Envy. They want to start series off strong. They know how to play the game. They just need to bring the energy. So we'll see if they're going to bring it to the table this time around. We're getting this one started. Eden Strongholds, guys, make sure that you tweet the stream. Get as many eyes in here. Put the team that you're rooting for as well. If you want Envy to win, put a 1 in the chat. If you want Naventic to win, put a 2 in the chat. We're getting this one underway with the Wizard, the man we were just talking about, the man with the best mustache in the HCS.
All right, and here we go. Pistola, gets the help from Mikwin and is able to stay alive after getting a melee off on Nemesis there. So Ryan, he's got the rockets, but Camo still over here to Pistola, who's focusing on Catwalk, but is getting naded left and right here by Contra, who's over there on Blue Plat.
Yeah, you gotta be careful here if you're Ola, but Ola's, he's really good at doing this. He's really good at staying alive in these type of positions, and now he's got even more adversity to deal with. A random grenade coming in, and his camouflage is slowly but surely ticking away. This is great right now for Naventic. They didn't really have many advantages playing from the blue side, and now Ola, that's the plays we're talking about. He doesn't contest the catwalk, he just slow plays it, plays the numbers game, and picks off a double. Meanwhile, Contra gets a double kill of his own.
Yeah, so it's actually going to be Naventic for the first ones to put points on the board here. Hook is getting some call-outs. They know their players coming off spawn over towards the security area. Great grenade comes in from Ryan. He's still got those rockets. What a fantastic rocket to secure that kill. Not fast enough to get a reset here, but will pick up the kill nonetheless. Now, Pistola, he didn't actually go and grab those rockets, so I'm curious to see if anyone's going to be able to find those if they knew he had any left here.
Snipe down, laying down shots on the Ryan Noob winning that battle right there. Maybe not the best time to pull up snipe down stats. You don't really see him get outshot very often. That's going to be slays going on over to Naventic. Can they get the strongholds under control though? Nemesis, he's grabbing the rockets. Can he do some damage? He does, getting the trade with the snipe down. So snipe down has to be getting a little bit frustrated. 2 back-to-back deaths. We'll see if he's going to be able to regroup off spawn here and help his team, who is laying down some good damage. Huke with the battle rifle, he's going to get traded out here. We'll see what the play is with the overshield popping up, because you see the rockets in Ola's hands. It's going to be Ryan laying down the last line of defense. He tries to grab the overshield, but there's the snipe down coming off the spawn that we know, coming up and picking up that clutch double kill.
Yeah, and you can see that 1 dead for Envy. That's sniped down, 1 dead for Naventic here. Just as we say that here, McWin gets cleaned up, and Nemesis was able to stay alive towards that catwalk. So Envy is close to capturing that, but they're about to give up Ben unless something big happens. And just as I say that, 3 go down. They don't get the reset though. Last guy alive, Contra.
Oh, look out.
Ooh, that is not the best nade we've ever seen from Snipe down there. Almost takes out Hook, but luckily for them, Hook is going to be able to stay alive with that camo.
I mean, I get that he's camo. Maybe you don't see him, but he's got a giant thing that says, I'm Hook above his head, and I'm a friendly teammate. Please don't grenade me. But, I mean, we've teamed with Snipe down before. How many times did you get grenaded by that guy?
I don't know. He would never confess to it.
He never would confess to it. Oh, man, someone threw a sick grenade on the other team. Watch the rebroadcast. It was Snipe down.
Yeah, you're right, Snipe down. That was a sick grenade that you threw had it been on the other team there.
We'll see what happens, though, because you still are looking decent if you're Naventic, but the score doesn't look good. It's 46-11. I mean, you're seeing perfect shots from Nemesis. You see great shots coming in from Ryan, but the score doesn't reflect that. It's Envy with the teamwork, Envy with the rotations, Envy with the strongholds. Now they're pushing on over towards Blue Bed.
Yeah, and they're picking up a few kills here. Envy's trying to go for this bend, but a contest is going to come in from Nemesis. No, it's not. He does not push in fast enough. Elects just to back down. Ryan Noob's working on a flank there against Hook, who's taking no shields. Great bait and switch action. We'll see who ultimately comes out ahead here, as Ryan Noob is now challenging Ola. He's got some help coming in. Destroyed will finish that one off. Numbers advantage will still be here to Naventic.
Yeah, you can see Ryan Noob, he went for maybe, I thought he was trying to do a Spartan charge there, but ended up turning into a melee. So interesting turn of events for Ryan, not the mechanic that he was looking for, and now everyone dropping around towards that overshield area, and also rockets obviously popping up. That was McWin trying to win a battle on over towards the camo. That's going to be Nemesis, and I don't know, out of all the players on this Naventic squad, you know, we always hype up, you know, the Slayers like Contra with his great shot, Ryan Noob with his great objective work, but you know what, Nemesis could be the best overall player on this team.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely been playing well this game. Getting these camos, he won the 1v1 against McWin. He perfected Snipe down right before that, and security as well to help secure this one. And they're doing a lot to get back into this game, but you know, I'm kind of amazed that we saw this big lead built by Envy, because it doesn't seem like Naventic's necessarily playing bad.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go through and just run through the kills that each player has. You have Hook sitting at 10 right now. He has the most kills on his team with Snipe down. And then Pistola and McWin both sitting around 8 kills. Meanwhile, on the other side, Destroyed kind of lagging behind, sitting at 5 kills. Nemesis and Contra at 10 and Ryan Noob at 8. So when you look at that, it's not very substantial kill differentials except on Destroyed's end. He does have a decent amount of captures, and Ryan Noob has 5 on his team, but it's just been straight milking time here. And that's the goal. I mean, in Capture the Flag, you want to capture flags. In Slayer, you want to slay. In Strongholds, you want to control the Strongholds. And they have 3 in their favor right now.
Yeah, Nemesis picks up another kill. Will get cleaned up by McWin. All 3 Strongholds still in favor of Envy. Ben is being taken, but how long will that last? Only 1 member in that hill. Finally, a second one goes there. Big battle here. Contra comes out ahead in that one, so they will stop the bleeding a little bit, but not enough control to get points on the board here.
You got to get this red nest. They have to. They need this red nest so badly. They cannot afford to have them get this reset. There it is. They picked it up. At what cost, though? Destroyed now, the last guy alive temporarily. Good grenade flying in. Doesn't connect. Just make sure that he cuts off that angle. Hook's going to fly in with the pistol. Curious to see if he's going to try to help this red nest. It's very close, but he could go and try to help for the rocket area as well. With knowing how many seconds they need, he's just going to elect to do that, leave the rockets, and then go focus down towards the overshield. Triple cap in effect. There's so much on the line here for them to get this overshield, and they do pick it up here for Naventic, but now they have to rotate immediately towards a stronghold, and that is the tough spot to be in, Kyle. When, you know, the triple cap, yeah, it's impossible to come back there if you're Naventic, but you have very limited choices, and whatever you're taking, whatever option that you're doing, you're still not in a good position because of how strong the setup was there from Envy towards the end. You go for that overshield, you don't have enough time to go for the strongholds. You go for the rockets, you don't have enough time to go for the overshield. And then if you go for a stronghold, you're giving up the rockets or the overshield. That's why it's so important to maintain control of at least 2 strongholds when those power weapons are coming up and those power-ups coming up, as we take a look at the stats.
Yeah, taking a look at these stats, Hook really showed up here today. 13 kills, most assists here in the game, with only 9 deaths, and that's going to put him at 5 strongholds captured. So a lot of objective work coming out from everyone on Envy, and Envy still outslaying.
It's a great win for Envy. It's a great win for Envy because they weren't shooting nearly as good as they could shoot. Like this battle right here, Snipedown's going to win that battle 7, 8 times out of 10, maybe even more. I mean, he had first shot right there. He had good positioning. You saw some good shots coming in from these guys in Naventic, and they didn't have as many power weapon kills on the side of Envy either. Naventic had more power weapon kills than them, more rocket kills. So when you take that in consideration, yeah, they didn't get many overshields, yeah, they didn't get many camouflages, but the fact that they were rotating so fast on the side of Envy, prioritizing which strongholds to give up and which strongholds to take. That is the key. That is how you win that game type, and they played that very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's those times that they held those triple caps, which is why that one was so fast. Every time they had those triple caps, they held them longer than they held their double caps. So even though Naventic was putting up a good fight, it was the points, the amount of points Envy was accumulating in comparison to when the control that Naventic had, which was less.
And something to keep in mind is that these teams played at the Beyond the Sticks Millennial event that happened in Las Vegas that Taui ended up coming out to, and we got a chance to watch these guys play, I think in definitely over 4 series. It could have been a little bit more, I'm not sure, but we definitely saw a minimum of 4. And all of the games that they won, maybe besides one game for Naventic, was on Truth. Truth CTF and Truth Slayer were the games that they were taking against Envy consistently. One game, Nemesis dropped 27 kills, Kyle, in a Slayer. Truth Slayer Nemesis dropped 27 kills.
That's absurd.
All right, here it is. A new game, a new time, and probably a new Envy, honestly. They're definitely much improved since that Beyond the Sticks event and after DreamHack Atlanta as well. We'll see if they're going to be able to apply that stuff here and put the hurting on continuously here to Naventic.
Ooh, and Contra not able to secure that kill onto Hook. He has camo, so he can't exactly challenge here. He wants to keep this in his control as best as possible. Hook gets that melee off, though. Pistol finishes off the kill. 4-3 lead, even though they did not have control of camo to start this one off. And that's kind of a little bit of a scary thing to think about here, but we'll see if Naventic's able to get back into this one.
McWin trying to make his way into P2, has another guy. And oh, what a stick coming in from McWin right there, getting the trade in a nearly untradeable situation, pulling a rabbit out of the hat there, destroyed. He's going to drop on over towards the car side. You know what, Kyle? We haven't really seen much of the Naventic point of view. It's been a lot of Envy. Usually that's what happens when the team that is winning, they usually go on those sprees. Death screen, no fun over here. I'd love to see some more destroyed point of view, but again, it's difficult because now Envy is really starting to put on the hurt, and why switch to the guys that are the ones getting spawn trapped when you can watch this beautiful point of view right here. Now Hook is making his way on over towards Pink 2 to try to lay the hurting down onto the guys underneath the base. There's Nemesis, the Truth Slayer master himself, trying to get some peek shots over onto Hook. Not able to do so though. Hook staying inside that nerdy area. Snipedown gonna get the kill on the destroyed. Can they get more over towards the car side? No, that's gonna be Contra knocking down Pistola. Nemesis finding the kill onto Snipedown. under the circumstances, Kyle, that's a pretty good job by Naventic getting outside of that spawn trap situation.
Yeah, I mean, it was not looking good for them. Luckily, they all pushed car side and were able to secure a few kills and kind of break up out of being trapped at blue here. Hook, I like what he did, doubling back over to car and now coming back over to pink side to secure this camo here. So that's going to be at 42, the grab essentially. It's 16-8. It's already double the score here from Naventic. We're only 2 minutes in.
Yeah, we may want to go on some Pistola point of view because this guy's going off, already sitting at 8, 4, and 3. Meanwhile, the man that we wanted to watch destroyed currently sitting at 0 and 5, 1 and 4 for Ryanoob. So tough go for these guys right now. We'll see if Hook's going to be able to continue to lay down the hurt and still stays alive somehow. Not getting a trade as Nemesis. Can he continue to lay down the hurting? No. Contra coming in with the beatdown. 7 kills. Definitely doable here, but destroyed. He's going to need to get on the board.
Yeah, and this is a scary moment. He jumped up, center get taken no shields instantly. Luckily for him, though, 2 members of Envy below the base, so there's a little bit of a trap coming in here. They were down by up to 8 kills, and they brought it back a little bit, so we'll see if they're able to capitalize on this collapse and spawn trap, essentially, they have on Envy right now. But it's not looking good as 2 drop, and now Envy's got a chance to push out of the base.
Yeah, so you got to see here if you're Mikwin where the angles are going to be. You can't overcommit, and that's exactly what he did. Just lay down a couple of shots, find out where these guys are going, and just make sure you're locking down this position. You can go and charge in, too, if someone else is going to take your position, but now he sees snipe downs there. He needs to back off, go back into P2, make the smart play over here, take some other angles, and now he's going to push in with snipe down once he hears these players are no shields. But still, what happens when you push in like that? Someone comes in from behind. Heads up play there from Ryanoob, taking the advantage that's given to him. A little bit of a mistake there from Envy, probably the first mistake that we've seen coming out from these guys. Been playing some pretty flawless Halo up to this point. Still 8 kills, definitely doable here for Naventic, but they have to get something going with this next camo.
Yeah, I mean, you're down already, Envy hitting the halfway point in this game at 25 kills and still just kind of maintaining this lead that they've had. So we'll see if the Naventic boys are going to be able to kind of keep pace here and then maybe try to close it down at the end, or if it's going to be Envy just going to build on this lead.
Most likely, Envy building on the lead. They are playing extremely hot right now, and this is not good. This is not good for Naventic and your best game type, a game type that you won a majority of, then you lost going into Beyond the Sticks or after Beyond the Sticks. Now you're struggling here, 30-19 on the ropes with Envy with full control. What do you do here if you're Nemesis in squad? It's so important to get these kills cleanly so you can keep your shields. Now there's 3 dead. Ryanooob's the last guy alive. Envy just continuing to lay down the cover fire for one another, continuing the bait and switching. It's almost impossible here for Naventic to try to come back with the amount of pressure that's being added on them.
Yeah, I mean, this is just starting to get scary. What was down to 6 kills is now up to 15 kills here. Hook's having to change weapons because he's running out of ammo. Nemesis, however, is the only one with really any kind of an answer here, I feel like, for this team, as he's been able to win several individual 1v1 battles.
Destroyed, currently sitting at 1 and 11. Trying to make a somewhat respectable stat line over here, waiting for Ol to push in and kind of seeing why. I mean, just not able to connect on a fairly easy kill, pushing up on the street, having to back down, kind of crazy shots going around, and no one even around to get that pickoff kill either. So there's the crispy shots that we're looking for from Destroyed, but Pistola, that kill, that was an easy guy on the street, ends up dropping back down from P3 and getting the kill. So eventually just a trade 2 for 2 with good positioning, not what Naventic was looking for.
Yeah, Contra does drop down and finish off the player below the base. That's 2 dead for Envy. So last 2 players, one over here in Bubble, the other one's across the map. Now, Naventic should recognize that the spawns are going to be coming off at red base and at car side. Although it looks like they're just being able to push out with no contest here from Naventic. So Contra, you know, you want to sit back normally so you can block spawns, but you don't want to let the other team at a numbers disadvantage be able to push out and get full control.
The window is a very key spot. Like you said, you can lock down those spawns, but one of the things that I feel like has been lost from a lot of the strategies and from a lot of the players is sitting in the window and using that as an area to get some really good angles. You can really surprise a lot of people and you can stay alive and be a nuisance in that area if your teammates are controlling P2, and you can watch the street from the window, which is extremely important because you can lay down shots on people pushing up. force them back, or you can allow them to walk up and communicate that to your teammate.
Yeah, but when you get stuck in the base there, that's the worst thing that can happen. Snipdown grabs the double, rotates the car, almost a triple, not going to be done in time, but a killing spree nonetheless. 48-30. It's likely not going to be a steak dinner that we see here, but either way, just a big margin of victory for Envy either way. Almost a rush because we can't lose type of situation, especially on a map like Truth. It is just so hard to get all these kills and prevent all the deaths from happening. Hook says no, Anthem's right back in game 2, 50-31.
I mean, this is kind of what we were expecting going into this series when we called that this was most likely going to be the most lopsided one, just based on how Envy's playing, and just it's tough. It's tough to go against these guys, and you lose this one 50-31, and you know that it's your best game type going in. You know that you've taken this a majority from the same exact roster. But look at that, 16, 14, and 10 at the top, 3, 5, and 15 at the bottom. Destroyed, wishing that he could start that game back over. Not his best performance. He's definitely going to have to come back strong in game number 3, but just how do you do it? Envy, they're so strong. I don't have, you know, any type of words of wisdom or any type of advice for Naventic. I mean, run. Honestly, guys, run for your lives.
I mean, and this is really just the same kind of thing that we saw yesterday against Team Liquid. And now we're just seeing it against Naventic. So Envy, I mean, they're showing themselves to be back in their, final form, for lack of a better word. This is just convincing victories. They're setting themselves apart from everyone else here in the Pro League, especially considering what they did to Liquid, now what they're doing here to Naventic. The series is not over yet. They can definitely get back into this. We see the shots from Contra, Nemesis, Rhino doing well. Destroyed, if he's able to turn things around and have a better game next time around here, we might see some improvements, but this Envy squad is scary, and they are bringing the aggression, and the assists are there. How many assists did they have that game? So 46?
Yeah, 46 you look at that
assists.
And you see, Contra 11 and 12, Nemesis 10 and 10, Rhino 7 and 13. I mean, another 7 and 13 performance, and, you're still losing by 12 there. So, 3 and 15, that's tough. That's, probably, if not, you're not going to see another performance like that from Destroyed. But I'm curious to see what his point of view looked like. Because, again, when we watched Liquid yesterday, it was pretty much you had to play flawlessly in order to beat Envy, the way that they were just constantly adding aggression. Like I said, I think we could be back up to the point where is it going to be Envy Optic again? I don't know. Splice, they're obviously playing at a ridiculously high level, even though it was a 3-0 today. But I'm excited to see Envy back in form, man, because it has been, in my opinion, a little bit, maybe 2 or 3 months since we've seen them playing at a pretty high level. And in my opinion, I'm definitely harsh on them because I know what these guys are capable of. But this is what they're capable of. They're capable of taking over games individually and as a squad.
Well, this beginning strategy is about as best they could have hoped for. They got 3 kills, Sniper and Rockets, to open this one up. So if they're not able to capitalize and get a flag capture here, especially Contra's answering back with 2 more Rocket kills, then it's going to be a scary moment once these weapons change hands.
Yeah, you got to use these weapons to get something out of them. You see they're focusing on the weapon, guys. Nemesis gets the perfect onto Pistola. Ryan still trying to stay alive with the sniper, and they kill both Contra and Ryan, Kyle. Both of the power weapon guys taken out.
Yeah, and that was when they had a numbers advantage on top of that as well, considering Contra had gotten that kill with the Rockets. So not good news here for Naventic. They need to make sure they can shut down. Snipdown's got the sniper rifle here now, and he's still got a good amount of ammo to bring some pain here to this team.
Yeah, and that's a flag capture, 1 minute and 20 seconds in. 1 minute and 20, very popular time to get a flag capture, because usually you see within like 30 seconds if the team has control. But if the other team gets control and it gets retaken from them, that's typically when you see that 1 minute and 20 second flag cap. I think we saw one again earlier today. Now Snipdown, this is the guy that you want in this position. Sitting back, he talked about in the interview how Mick, he's really great in your face with the sniper rifle, really great at when people hit the shots, but when Snipdown is picking people apart, taking angles, and not getting shot at, this is when this man thrives. There he is, getting someone in his face right there. Nemesis looking for the double kill this time. Destroyed. He's going to back down. Someone needs to push in towards this flag area. They have great positioning right now for Envy. A guy top rocket's waiting for those. You have a guy top catwalk. They're just waiting for the spawner to push back in. Nice headshot there from Snipe Down. And eventually the rest of these Envy members are going to push in.
Yeah, and you can see Hook's got the rockets. He grabs himself a double 3. Dead. Last one's alive. Destroyed. He gets taken out. Contra's last one on elbow. He gets rocketed. Has to run away. That's 2 members over there on that side of the map. Mikoin gets one. Hook gets the other. Some spawns being blocked now. Mikoin with the assassination. That's about to be 2 flag captures.
We're on goose alert, Kyle.
No possible chance of stopping that one. How many gooses?
We're on goose alert. Ryan Noob currently goosing. We are on a goose alert, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone, prepare your geese.
All right, but that's 3 dead once again. Ryan Noob, last guy alive. He gets taken out without a kill. Flag starts to move.
Quack.
Nemesis Contra. I mean, if Ryan Noob gets killed here off spawn, it is going to be it for him. This is a scary moment. Contra gets across the map, but he's no shields. Maybe he gets a pull, but not going to be able to do anything.
Snipe down. Choke.
Breadstick. Gets him the breadstick.
Choke. What a choke from Snipe Down. Envy,
wow.
You guys lose that game, actually.
That's it. I'm calling it. Forfeit the match.
Wow.
That's a win to Naventic. Snipe Down. No,
is that series over?
That was game 3.
Was that game 3? We're done.
That was one of the fastest. That was a fast series. Well, I mean, we know what happened.
What just happened?
Envy did this yesterday. They just did it again today. It's extremely impressive performance from them. They, you know, I said after all the team changes, you know, I've been talking to you about it. After all these team changes, who is the most improved squad? Well, from Atlanta to now, I'd say without a team change, Envy is still the most improved squad.
They're the most improved. And again, I still want to talk about this guy one last time. L-Town, I think he's the most individually improved player from one of these guys that, you know, has been, in my opinion, not getting as much credit as he should throughout Halo 5. I think that he's kind of coming into his own for Ronin.
And really only consistency for him.
And exactly. But also, he's going big now. And he's gone big before, but he's going big, but never having those small games as well. So it's really exciting to see how those guys are going to do. But wow, Envy, domination.
That was extremely impressive. I expected an Envy win. You know, we were talking about this before the series got underway. They continue their momentum from yesterday. This is a scary squad. I don't know who's going to be able to beat them. You know, maybe we'll find out if anyone can take them down once they match up against Optic and Splice later on. But as far as anyone else seeded lower than them, it has just been complete blowouts.
Ridiculous performance from Envy again. You can't say enough from these guys. Like I said, let's get a bracket going right now. Let's just throw Optic, throw Envy, throw Splice in that group. I know that the other teams are going to be mad that I'm not throwing them in that conversation, but until proven otherwise, these are the big dogs right now. These are the teams that are battling it out, and we've all loved and enjoyed that Optic versus Envy match. We've been waiting for Envy to come back and push back against Optic Gaming. This could be their time. This could be their season. They could put it together.
You know, one of the cool things about Envy, this is a team that was winning events. You know, won Daytona, then started falling down a little bit and having some poor performances. But rather than making a team change, they stuck through, you know, pushed through it. And that's just what we know. There's been a lot more behind the scenes stuff with these guys. Like you make a team of 4 people and you know, some of these guys are living together. There's a lot of adversity. You need to get along really well. There's going to be the arguments inside of the game, outside of the game. This guy never takes out the trash. This guy doesn't do that. Either way, they've had internal struggles. I know there's been conversations that have happened, but they've pushed through it, and that is why we're seeing them be so strong, is they're able to overcome them and keep those months and months of practice and getting used to each other's play styles. And that's why we see Splice. That's why we're seeing Naventic do well. Going through the open here, getting here now, it's going to take them some more time to adapt as they don't have the same kind of experience as the other teams that have been in the league here for this long. But Envy, yeah, I mean, gosh, this is looking like a very, very scary squad. Based on the performances and what we've seen, this looks like the best team right now.
They're really applying themselves. And, you know, who did they play yesterday? They played against Liquid, right?
Liquid,
so, you know, pretty tough first matchup. Naventic not, you know, is seasoned as a team and not as skilled as a team as Team Liquid. It's gonna come down to let's see how they match up against Optic. Honestly, you really don't know until you're playing a team that is a winning caliber of team, and both of these teams have won before. So that's the matchup that I want to see. I can't wait to see what week that is.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that soon. I think we have an interview here with Pistola. No, just kidding. We're getting that interview ready here still, so that'll be just a moment. I am excited to talk to him because we had to talk about the most improved player on Envy. Who would you go with?
I mean, you can't really say that there's a most improved player on Envy because just the progress from the team has been so overwhelming that I can't look at it as an individual performance. I really can't. This is strong teamwork all around. Everybody is making really solid decisions. And you know that it's good when you watch the other teams play and you can't really pinpoint major mistakes that they're making. Usually you could say, hey, you should go this route, or hey, you should look this way, or do something different off spawn, or maybe our opening strategy could be different. It's literally just constant aggression, constant baiting and switching, playing Halo 5 the right way that it should be played. And again, we're not going to know how good NB really is this season, in my opinion, until they match up against Optic.
Yeah, and then of course it all depends on which Envy and really all the teams show up at the finals and how they perform there. So Envy coming out ahead and just making another statement here.
Definitely a statement win, especially that last game.
Mm-hmm. And then, if I had to say who I think is most improved, not that he was bad in any possible way before
most improved does not mean like bad at all.
Right.
Being most improved is a great thing. Mm-hmm. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, it's got to be Pistola, though, because last season he was always doing well and then would show up and have a great Game 5, really. And that's what kept him in the conversation about how clutch he was and doing so well. But in the previous games, up to that Game 5, he was just kind of, I don't want to say there, but for lack of a better word, he not a negative force to the team, but not doing like a Hook or a McWin level contribution. But now we're seeing in some of these games where he's got most kills, most assists, least deaths, most objective work, several games in a row, not just that Team Slayer Game 5 game type. So Pistola especially, I think, has really kind of come back into himself for Halo 5 here, as I think he kind of moved away from that a little bit last season.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. All of these guys have stepped it up, and Pistola, his play style, you can see Ola compared to, say, like a McWin or something like that, and a Hook, how crazy those guys' screens look. And then you look at like a Snipe Down and a Pistola, and they're a little bit slower and methodical with the way that they move. And the way that Pistola is kind of moving around right now, it really resembles a lot of his previous Halo playstyles from Halo 2, from Halo 3, things like that, where he's really had some dominating performances, and it's all about him just staying alive, constantly bobbing and weaving and laying down damage. Realistically, it all comes down to communication, though, for these top-tier teams, and it comes down to, like you said, putting any type of extracurricular problems or any type of distractions behind you and honing in, focusing, making sure everybody's on the same page, and then getting it done come tournament time is really all it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely correct. It doesn't matter what happens during some of these matches or during online scrims. It all comes down to when it's all on the line and who's able to come out ahead.
What's up with this interview?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Pistola can get his work in there in just a minute. But all right, we do have it. So, all right, we're joined by Pistola from Team Envyus, what I was just talking about, one of the most improved players we have here so far. Ola, how week 1 of the fall season, you guys have come out and just dominated both of your matches so far. Why are we seeing this improved Envy?
I mean, realistically, we're just focusing on the most important thing, and that's communication. Our communication is really on fire right now, and hopefully we can, keep that going. But honestly, I mean, the main reason we wanted to kind of focus on communication is because we don't really say where we're at and what we're doing. We'll just be calling out guys that are weak that can't get picked. So we've been focusing on that specifically when it comes to communication. I'm going here, I'm blocking this spawn, etc.
Yeah, I've always said one of the most important things in regards to communication is just to not yell out locations. Yelling out locations does not give your team the kind of information they need to succeed or to make a decision on what to do, following the next play there.
Or the best call is "he got me" or "I died." That's always one of my favorite. Yeah, on my ex, or "dang it, I lost railgun."
Yeah, just Rockets on my X. Okay, where's your X? They have them. Okay.
So you guys had, obviously, the Beyond the Sticks event where you guys had played these guys numerous times. Do you guys feel like that gave you guys confidence going into this match? Because I look at the Truth Slayer game and I say, okay, yeah, Envy, they're probably going to win this series, but you could potentially say that it's going to be a 3-1 because of how they played Truth so well against you guys. What were you guys, feeling like going into this series, and were you guys confident because of that big win that you had against them in the LAN?
I think we were definitely confident because we played them so much in general, but at the same time, we played really well against Liquid yesterday. And obviously, as you pointed out, that Truth game, our Truth has kind of been, as a team, a little but we're just trying to focus on, obviously, the game types that we're not that great at, and that comes down to communicating well. And that game type, we honestly could have played better. We had some moments where we just kind of died a little too easily and such. But, it's coming down to being confident in our communication right now, honestly.
Definitely communication key. What about the mental aspects of the game? Have you guys, gotten rid of any type of, previous distractions that have been going on, or have you guys really honed in? Because that was another thing that you guys did was a little bit of mental training when you guys were in Las Vegas. Has any of that been applied after DreamHack as well?
Yeah, definitely. We definitely did not play that well as we would like to have played at Atlanta, but we were definitely under practiced and we didn't really get to put as much time in that we would like to. So hopefully going into Denver, that's exactly what we're going to do. And right now, we're feeling really good, but it's just the first week, we still have plenty of time and Denver's not months away. So we still got a lot of time and work to put in.
All right, make sure that you give Snipedown tons of crap for dying at the end of that game. We're never going to let him live that down.
I don't know if you heard us, but that was Ryan's first kill when Snipedown died in window. But we had everyone at home watching on Goose Alert for that whole game.
That's what's hilarious is we actually didn't even notice he was about to get a goose, and then when Eric died, he was like, "No, I gave him his first kill at the end." And we were like, "Oh man, oh well." Honestly, I feel bad for anybody who gets goose. That's just that's the worst. But yeah, I'll make fun of him tonight for it.
All right, good deal. Well, Pistola, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations, you guys are looking phenomenal as far as everything goes for you guys, and I cannot wait to see how you close out Pro League.
Appreciate it so much. Thanks, guys. You have a good one.
All right, Pistola, always a class act. So glad that we have him here in Halo, still competing when he showed up in 2007.
Yeah, standing in a chair with a controller twice the size of his head.
His mom and dad driving him 18 hours to his first event, I think it was. If not his first one of the ones, just very dedicated, and he's been a, paramount of Halo for quite some time. But let's go ahead and recap today's schedule with the scores, as it's been an interesting one yet again. Ronin taking a game off of Team Liquid, but Team Liquid with that 3-1 victory. Optic Gaming 3-0 over Splice. Evil Geniuses falling and getting reverse swept by Luminosity Gaming. Game 5, 50-48 in overtime. And then Team Envyus following up what they did yesterday to Liquid to Naventic and having a dominating performance. By far the most one-sided series we've had in week 1. Envyus both times.
I would almost go to say that last one was the most convincing win that we've seen in all of the Pro League. Just phenomenal plays coming out from Envy all over the board. But what a series we had. You touched base on it, Kyle, going over some of the scores. EG versus Luminosity, one for the history books. There are your standings. Naventic sitting at 0-2. Also, Ronin, they are sitting at 0-2 as well. So those numbers a little out of place, but you can still see the win and loss is the same.
Yeah, so just take a look at the numbers, not the order there. And we have Optic, Team Envyus, and Evil Geniuses. That's kind of the surprising one. The Evil Geniuses is starting off so well, and gosh, they could be tied right now with Optic and Envy with this exception of map win percentage. Had those final kills gone a little bit differently, but APG and Luminosity definitely happy they were able to take that one. Now, if you want to follow along with the Pro League and see any kind of news, standings, schedules, and more, you can always head over to proleague.com/Halo. Check out all of the VODs, news, information there. Find out anything you need and where we're going and what matches are coming up next as well. So, of course, that does it for week number 1. Next week, we will have more matches. So let's take a look at what week 2, day 1, or match day 3 looks like here.
Okay.
We'll have Ronin versus Naventic, So that's going to be extremely important match for these two guys.
Yeah, very, very important.
Envy versus Luminosity, a good chance for Luminosity to jump back up on those leaderboards. Splice versus Liquid, that's another really big win considering these two guys were in those top 4 teams at the finals. And then Optic Gaming versus EG.
Ooh, that's tough for EG, man. That's what I'm saying. When you come off a loss and you come off a tough loss, then you have to play Optic the next week. It really, really hurts. Hopefully EG can find a better matchup on day number 4 that could be maybe a little bit more of their pace. We never know, though. EG, if they're playing out of their minds, they could totally take that series, especially if Optic doesn't bring their A game. But, man, some really important matches, especially, like you said, that first one, Ronin taking on Naventic.
But thank you so much, everyone, for watching. That concludes week 1 of the HCS Pro League fall season. Elamite and T2 have been bringing you the action here. Keep in mind, next Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. sharp matches will resume once again. So GG's and good night, everyone.